Hey everybody, welcome to the Fantasy Fiction Podcast. My name is Dominic.
My name is Josh.
And today we are talking about... Josh?
We're talking about rogues.
Don't tell anyone, it's a secret.
Shh, secrets.
But before we get into that, about some brief business. First off, we are now on Stitcher, which is a podcast streaming app for your iPhone or Android, maybe? I think it's on Android. But you don't have to download it. You can stream it right from your phone. And I think maybe you can do that with iTunes now, with iTunes Radio. Is that true, Josh?
I'm going to say yes, that is true.
I'll say yes as well.
And if
even
I'm
though
wrong,
I don't know. A Google search, we could have figured it out, but... we're recording now, so it's time to go. We're going.
No time to Google.
No time. But so if you use Stitcher, we're now on Stitcher. Also, if you have a story that you want to share with people, we now have a subreddit that we created, and it is reddit.com/r/fantasyfic. So feel free to post your stories. There's a lot of people on there already who are posting really funny stories, and people seem to be enjoying them, so I'm really happy. I'm stoked. I upvote everything because you know what, guys? It's free. It doesn't cost anything to upvote something, and it makes somebody feel really good. So if you see a story, go ahead and give an upvote.
I've been downvoting them all. I'm just kidding. I haven't been doing that.
Check them out, guys. People seem to be enjoying it.
Read them and comment on them. Do it.
Also, post your art there if you want to post some art with links to your DeviantArt or whatever your website is, because you deserve it.
That was NPR-ish. I was very I've
listened to a lot of NPR. They're doing their membership drive right now here in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Also, of course, we're on iTunes. I wanted to say thank you. We have over 50 reviews on iTunes. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for doing that.
I was reading a little bit of them, and they're mostly good, meaning they're all good.
You know who I saw did a review on there?
Oh, yeah.
Our buddy Satchel Drakes.
Dude. That's badass.
If you guys don't know who Satchel is, he does a YouTube show called Satchbag Says. These are some of the best produced videos on games on YouTube, in my opinion. And I think he's got some great writing, and you guys should check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the episode description. So check it out.
He's so kissable.
He is, you know what? He's real huggable, too.
Oh, my God. He's just, oh, my God. I just want to live in his muscles.
And with that, what did you do this week, Josh?
I drew some Satchel pictures and me getting hugged by him.
You were like, what if he had more muscles? And you just drew him super buff.
He's just ridiculously buff.
Yeah, a man can dream, can't he?
That's right. I edited Continue a lot. Worked on Smart Guys stuff. That's a thing.
As usual.
That's a thing soon. That's going to happen. So if you're excited and you donated to Smart Guys, then here we go.
They are working their asses off. You just started kind of editing Continue. I mean, you know how to edit, obviously,
yeah.
But you've just started doing the recent episodes, right?
I did the Goofy one, and then Paul did the last one, the Three Stooges one, which was fucking hilarious.
Oh, God, that's ridiculous.
So crazy. I was laughing so hard.
Amidst your cats fighting each other?
Oh, yeah, my cats are fighting each other. That's my entertainment. It's like it's like the Coliseum over here, but with just the two same cats instead of men.
I'll tell you what I did. I watched a lot of Next Generation. I'm watching a lot of TNG.
Dude, that's sweet. Oh, I watched a lot of Twilight Zone, so we're kind of...
yeah.
That's comparable. They're very similar.
Very much so. I love TNG. I actually just found out that my parents used to watch Star Trek a lot when they were dating. My mom was like, that was our favorite show.
You were conceived to, like, Locutus of Borg.
No.
Even though
this was original series.
Oh, then you were conceived to that episode where they go back in time and Kirk has to let that girl die.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert for a 50-year-old television show.
Speaking of science fiction, we would love to do a science fiction-based fiction show. This is something we talked about after the first episode, but we just don't have the time at the moment. But look for it in the future. I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, no, that would be awesome, because I'm much more well-versed in science fiction than I am fantasy.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably the biggest Star Trek and Star Wars buff that I know.
I know more about Star Trek than Star Wars, but I know a lot about Star Wars, so...
Dude, can you name all bounty hunters in the bounty hunter scene?
Name all the bounty hunters? IG-88, Dengar, Boba Fett, Oh shit! What's the lizard man?
Come on.
Vosk.
Bosk, yeah.
Vosk, sorry. The Gand, the insect face guy. What is his name?
Zuckus?
Zuckus, yeah.
And who else?
Are you geek checking me here? There's
For
another
the
one.
love of money,
Forlom. Yeah.
Is there anybody else?
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader is not a bounty hunter, Josh.
He's a bounty hunter of awesome.
Sex. And with that... Oh, wait. I have one more thing. I got a Hearthstone beta invite this week.
Dude, you tweeted that, and people were already like, that motherfucker.
I know. Dude, I got it, and I'm pissed because I'm like, all right, who else has it? And nobody else I know has it, so I'm just going to be playing with goons that are going to be beating my ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, send me a tweet if you have a beta invite. Maybe we'll get together. But with that, let's get into the fantasy!
That's a guitar solo.
That's a guitar solo. Also, the sound of spells.
All right. My story this week is called Sid the Troll, punk ass rogue.
Love it already, like I always do.
These titles are really good.
Yeah, they're usually just the character's name.
Yeah, because that's how I save like the Word file.
Me too. I'm like, oh, what's the title? I don't have
the guy's name. All right. The city of Grawl was a filthy, wretched place. Like Detroit fucked Mordor and queefed out a Grawl. It's sick.
That's real bad.
It's really bad. Its people were gruff and crass. Whizzing in the streets was not only commonplace, but the primary way the city kept down the fur beetle population and how they kept down the piss smell. Not very smart.
Oh, it's not a sound plan.
Grawl was run down. The alchemy district was now a giant herpes lab, and the magic district had suffered badly ever since Wizard Yale had been shut down for repairs after that fucking awesome wizard battle in episode 3.
Tune into episode 3 for more information on the wizard battle. Continue.
Put like a little thing up on YouTube.
If you want to learn more,
go to episode 3 now.
Visit your local Wizard Yale website at
wizardyale.org.
Wizardyale.wiz.
.wz. It's like a country.
Wizardyale.tv.
Wizardyale.xxx. All right. But there were still heroes. The people never gave up, and some of them even fought for good. Sid the Troll was not one of those heroes. Sid was a troll frickin' Darnassian. He was the baddest ass rogue / assassin / scrapbooker Daranos had ever seen. He was cunning and cool as ice. One time, he stole a fart out of a guy's butt, and the guy didn't even know. He was so cool, he once beat his reflection in a duel and made it apologize to himself.
That's badass.
Sid was bad fucking news. He had one missing lower troll tooth, and in the other he wore a magical ring of quiet that helped him be sneaky and look like a fucking pimp.
What did the ring look like?
It was gold.
Pimp enough.
And the tooth was gold too. Like he had like a cap on, you know, like a grill,
yeah.
Like a troll grill. One day, Sid was relaxing in a tavern when a large brute came up to him. "You, Sid?" asked the brute. "Yeah," Sid replied. Suddenly, the brute reached behind his back and pulled out 2 sweet battle axes and threw them both at Sid's face area. But Sid was too quick. He unsheathed his 2 magical daggers named Narlock, Death Fister of the 7 Kings of Daranos and the Death Void, and Lil Pointy, and plunged them both into the brute's eyes.
Dude, I love Sid already.
Then he did a sweet spin kick and kicked them both even farther into the dude's skull. He scrapbooked the whole thing and sent the scrapbook to the brute's widow because Sid was fucking crazy. And did I mention he was really good at scrapbooking?
Oh man.
The whole tavern got quiet until one crazy old hermit started cackling and looting the brute's body. Just another day in Grawl, city of brotherly looting. It's a tough place, man.
If you want to learn more about Grawl,
stay tuned to this episode. It's like soap. What will Sid do next?
Listen now.
Sid sat back down, took a swig of his grog, put his boots up on the table, and lowered his hood over his face. Soon, a large warrior came up to him. "You, Sid?" asked the warrior. "Yeah," Sid replied, "but I just wasted your stupid friend and sent him straight to heck with a lovely scrapbook." "I'm not here to start a fight," scoffed the warrior. "I'm here to offer you a job. The name's Fred the Skull Peeler."
Oh, man, I like Fred, too.
He's cool. "A job?" Sid sat up. "The only thing I hate more than jobs are warriors and stupid dumb idiot conversations while I'm trying to look badass in my favorite tavern, you stupid dumb idiot." "It'll make you rich," said Fred. "I'll make your mother rich with my jizz." Sid said. Fred stood there a moment. "All right, I'm in," Sid finally said. Sid may have been bipolar and or had Tourette's. "Meet us at our secret meeting house in an hour," Fred said. So to kill time, Sid hit on a big booty centaur Medusa and got her number, which was 69 because back then there weren't a lot of numbers.
That's a pretty good number to get.
That's like the best one, man. I'd keep that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Switch to Verizon, keep that number. Sid finally showed up to the secret location. It took him a while to find because being on time is stupid. It was a rickety old shop that used to sell magic candles, but had since been turned into some kind of awesome clubhouse. As soon as Sid went to knock on the door opened itself up and said, "Come in, don't mind the piss smell," in a booming voice. "Ah, welcome," Fred exclaimed. "Please sit and let me introduce you to my crew. I am, of course, Fred. I rip people's heads off and use their skulls as soup bowls. This is Ugla. She is the wizard of the group. And over there in the corner is Flyman. He is a flyman." "Sucky meeting you, idiot," said Sid. "Why the crap am I here?" Right.
Wait, what's a flyman?
Oh, he's like a flyman. He's just a monster who's a flyman.
Oh, okay.
He's like a horribly transmogrified beast of some kind.
Flyman.
Flyman. It's canon.
It's canon.
"Right," said Fred. "We're planning the biggest..." You like that?
Yes, I did.
I didn't know if anyone was going to pick up on that. But "We're planning the biggest, most insane cave heist of all time, and we need a dirty, despicable, bad motherfucker to help us break in and steal the Philosopher's Stone."
Oh, man, I know what that is.
It's like the Philosopher's Stone, but it makes things dead.
Yeah. That's just logic and canon,
It's
of
canon.
course.
It's logical canon. "Well, you came to the right place," Sid smirked, "because I'm like 100 times each of those things, and I love fucking scrapbooking."
Constantly reminding.
Just then, he snagged a fly out of the air and crushed it with his crazy fast reflexes. That was like one of my babies," said Flyman, kind of sadly. "More like it was one of your babies," said Sid, laughing. "Good one."
He complimented himself.
Dude, hell yeah.
Oh, boy.
"I live in terrible agony every moment of the day," Flyman said, as a single tear ran down his horribly ugly, gross fly face. "You're all right, Flyman." Soon they teleported just outside the cave. "Okay, here's the plan," Fred said, and began to mumble the plan very quietly so only the gang could hear. Meanwhile, inside the cave, evil Bog King Daryl was having his annual bachelor party because every year he eats his wife and gets a new one.
I would like to point out that I like that they just teleported to the cave. Go on.
It's like a plot device. Like, you don't, in a movie, like, you wouldn't show them driving to the...
No, cut to.
Right, it's like a cut to. It's fantasy canon for cut to.
Fantasy canon.
Fantasy canon. "Bring in the ceremonial wench cake," shouted Daryl.
I like Daryl's voice.
He's very proper. Two lowly bog servants wheeled in a giant cake, placed it on the ground, and bowed to Daryl as they backed out of the cave hall. Said Daryl. I love strippers and cake. Just then the cake exploded. Fred, Ugla, Sid, and Flyman leapt from the cake remains and started fucking killing everyone. Ugla was shooting magic missiles out of her eyes and hands. She hit 5 bog creatures in the face, vaporizing everything but their eyes as they comically remained in the air, blinked, looked around, and then they fell on the floor. Fred took his giant sword and skewered 6 bog servants with it, went over to the brazier, and made a servant kebab. Flyman flew up into the cave ceiling and just sat there and cried.
Poor Flyman.
I don't know what he's doing there, honestly. I don't know how he got in on his outfit. Sid was unstoppable. He darted around, killing all kinds of dudes. The Philosopher's Stone was sitting on a pedestal near the Bog King. Sid sliced his way through the royal bodyguards and yoinked the stone right up and threw a crazy smoke bomb like it ain't no damn thing. Soon everyone was dead except for the Bog King, who had run away during the fight to his bog yacht. Then gunned it, and flames came out of the exhaust, and it was pretty badass. The Philosopher's Stone and Sid were gone. He butt-fucked us, yelled Fred. Just then, Fred felt a tap on his shoulder. He turned around quickly, and there was Sid with the stone. Here's your stupid magical rock, he said as he moonwalked out of the damn place. Later, pussies, he yelled. The crew stood there in silence. After a moment, Ugla finally said, I want him inside me. Finn.
Oh my god, Josh. That was your best story yet, in all honesty.
It was
killed
crazy.
Me. Can I ask,
yeah.
Sid with a C or S?
An S.
Oh, okay.
C was a bit better. I should have done it with an A or the C. That's
well,
better.
It's too late now. It was written in stone how you write your stories.
I could have just lied about it.
Chiseled them.
God damn it. I should really get word.
You guys don't understand this, but it takes a long time for us to write these stories.
Literally takes all week.
Oh my god. I love Sid. I love the team up. I love Daryl came back.
Daryl's back.
Flyman, to be continued.
Flyman. What's going to happen? Is he going to come back? I don't know.
What's he going to do next?
I don't know.
Hashtag fans of Flyman.
Hashtag damn.
Hashtag damn. Hashtag Flyman.
Oh my god. You know how many hashtag Flymans there's going to be now?
I know.
Literally tens.
Literally 7. All right, my story this week is called Brizzlebane's Fortune.
Dude, that's a great title.
Dude, I actually, contrary to what I said earlier, I did title it something different this week. Okay. Gurk the Goblin was wiping down the bar in the dimly lit, mutilated warg. It was almost evening and no one had been eviscerated or turned inside out yet.
Dude.
Gurk considered this a good day.
Oh, that's a good day?
Yeah, not yet. Not yet, so. Almost evening, no one dead.
No one dead.
It had been slow. The sole patron in the tavern was a barbarian who seemed to be keeping to himself for once while polishing off keg number 3. Apparently it was a holiday for his people called Beers Day, a day of remembrance of past beers or something or other.
Dude, that's a great holiday.
I know, we need to celebrate Beers Day.
We should be celebrating that every day.
Dude, I do. It's called alcoholism!
This is a cry for help!
If you want to learn more about Beers Day.
Oh, shit.
Gurk's mind began to wander when a gust of wind blew the door open just a little bit. Gurk glanced at the door. Nothing. Suddenly, the door was kicked off the hinges and flew at the bar, hitting Gurk in the face. He went down. As he got up at the bar, there was an elf chugging 2 beers at once. The elf took the mugs away from his mouth and let out a long burp, then smashed the glasses on the bar.
Dude, I didn't know. Dude, this elf is crazy.
Dude. That's when Gurk realized who it was. Biff Swiftdagger the Rogue.
What?
Gurk was starstruck.
Wait, how did he know? Did he see him like on a scroll, like a wanted scroll?
Dude, you know what? It's in the story. I'm gonna let this next line get this info for you.
Okay, cool.
Biff was, unfortunately for a rogue, famous around these parts. Mainly because the dude was so hot he had at least 600 charisma.
What?
Yeah.
Damn.
But Biff didn't mind. He enjoyed the intention and the sex, but mainly enjoyed the sex. Biff was also, unfortunately for a rogue, obscenely loud and careless, but strangely successful. Probably had something to do with that charisma. Man, if you could see his chiseled jaw, what a hunk. He wore tight-fitting black leather so that when he flexed, all his pecs could be seen by the ladies.
Oh my God.
And if he needed things to go his way, he would just make his pecs dance, because that's how having a lot of charisma works.
He just does that like flex flex
dude.
thing. Dude.
Yeah, dude. And you're just like, oh, I'm mesmerized. I have to do anything this man says.
Dude, I would let him do anything to me. Anything.
And you haven't even seen him.
Oh, I've heard about him though, and that's 600 charisma, dude. That's how that works.
He also had killer calves, rad forearms, beautiful biceps, mootiful glutes, romantic eyebrows, and smooth jazz saxophone thighs. Oh my.
That's the best description of thighs I have ever heard.
They're good, dude. Biff tore off a piece of the bar and began to curl it. Gurk, my good man, how goes it? He slyly went to pour himself another drink, but broke the tap right off with his strength, causing a fountain of beer.
Oh my God.
Maintaining eye contact with Gurk, the elf nonchalantly tried to catch some beer with a new glass. He filled it about 1/6 of the way, drank it, and smashed that glass as well.
It's just, dude, he just loves smashing mugs, dude.
He don't give a fuck.
Not his mugs.
Oh, Biff, how are you? You are looking great. Been working out? If I ain't lifting treasure, you know I'm lifting weights, little guy.
I love his voice.
Replied Biff. He discarded the piece of the bar, picked up Gurk, and began to curl him. Gurk's pocket change fell out, which Biff caught and put in a satchel.
Oh, nice. Dude, he's Rogan.
Duty's Rogan. Duty's Rogan out.
Rogan out.
Oh, yeah, I can tell. Say, I bet you're in town because of that rumor. Yep, there's a rumor about a dungeon at the edge of the town that a dark wizard named Brizzlebane recently moved into. Story goes that he just came back from killing 2 dragons that were dating because he's real bad. But not as bad as you, Biff. You're the baddest and the raddest.
Dude, he's sucking his dick. Damn.
Don't forget that I'm also really hot, said Biff.
Don't forget.
He snapped his fingers. Beer me. He lowered Gurk to the mugs, which the goblin picked up, and Biff continued to curl him with the other arm as Gurk tried to catch beer, still shooting all over the goddamn place. Gurk continued. Oh yeah, of course. Anyway, the wizard's real rich now because them dragons were saving up for a super wedding with fireworks. And now he's got this cash stored in his dungeon, along with a few guards and such, but nothing you can't handle, Biff. You're the best. You're right, I am a really good singer, said Biff.
Dude.
As he held the goblin close to his face, Gurk put the mug up to Biff's lips. He drank. Finished, the elf bit the mug, causing it to shatter. Gurk was covered in glass and bleeding a lot, but he couldn't care less.
Dude.
Biff put Gurk down and walked to what used to be the door as he continued. Tell you what, Gurk, I'm going to go get some gold from somewhere, and when I get back, I'd really appreciate it if you had 100 free beers waiting for me. Oh, 100 beers? I don't know if I have that many mugs, Biff, replied Gurk. Make it happen, said Biff, and he flexed his butt cheeks. My stars, said Gurk, and he fainted.
Dude, that's the kicker. There it is.
The end. No. The elf walked outside. He lifted up his buff arms and yelled, Owls! 20 owls flew to him at his call and picked him up by his tunic. Take me to that dungeon where I'm going to kick some ass. The owl somehow knew exactly what he was talking about and took him there. It was probably the charisma.
Dude, yeah, canon.
It's canon.
It's canon.
If you look really hot, people know what you're talking about.
Oh my god, yeah. They're just like, oh yeah, I know that.
Oh,
have you ever seen that movie? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Never seen it.
Biff arrived just outside the dungeon. The owls were just about to leave when he yelled again, Owls! Groom me.
Oh my god.
The owls immediately tended to Biff's beauty, shampooing and conditioning his hair, combing it just right, and getting rid of the wrinkles in his clothes. That's enough! Biff spoke again, and the owls dispersed. The elf made his way into the dungeon.
Gotta look good, man. Gotta look good.
Gotta look good before you kick some ass.
Oh yeah.
The first room was large and circular, with 6 doors numbered accordingly. Biff thought for a moment, then slowly crept to door number 4. He waited and listened for anything on the other end. He could hear something breathing inside. He slowly reached for the handle, then punched a hole right through it. Causing a loud crack, he peered inside. On the other end was a 2-headed ogre sitting in a chair watching a torch burn, unaware of the sudden hole in the door.
He didn't aggro him yet.
No aggro. Hey, what's going on in there? Where's the gold, you idiots? Yelled Biff.
You idiots.
The one head responded, Elf not allowed in Bristlebane's dungeon. The other head spoke, You're pretty hot, and I would kiss you right now if this were any other situation. And he picked up his cudgel and headed towards Biff.
His cudgel. Nice.
Biff sidestepped and tripped the ogre as he came outside the door. The ogre fell flat on his faces, and Biff put his mighty foot on its back. Which door has got the gold, you smelly old dills?
Insult King, also. That's great.
No speaking, spoke the one head. The other head replied, Seriously, I am turned on by your mighty foot, but I swore to Bristlebane I wouldn't tell. But if you want to hang out later, maybe we can get a... Biff had heard enough. He began to backstab the ogre over and over. Oh, I'm being stabbed. Okay, this hurts. Oh, but I forgive you. We're dying now. But send me a scroll later. Okay, we're dead.
Send me a scroll.
And the ogre died.
Oh my god.
Door number 2 flew open and a troll emerged, axe in hand. Where's the gold, ugly? Yelled Biff. In your grave, elf, said the troll. And he threw the axe at Biff's head. Biff caught the axe with his dagger and with momentum sent it flying back at the troll's head. It struck perfectly, a serious crit, and the troll's dome split in half.
A serious crit. That's a textbook rogue move, man.
Oh, yeah, just doing one of those guys?
It's canon
yeah.
now, it's canon.
That's canon forever. Biff searched the body and found a note in its pocket. Biff read it aloud. Hey, Jeffrey, if you need me, I'll be in door 6 today making gelatinous cubes. Wait, on second thought, don't disturb me.
Jeffrey.
Biff approached door number 6 and stabbed it a bunch of times with his dagger, creating a hole. He looked in the hole, and there he was, Bristlebane, the dark wizard, standing over a glowing cauldron. The wizard seemed to be in some sort of trance. He placed this staff into the cauldron as his eyes went black and mouth opened. He began to stir the cauldron as a demonic voice spoke. Mama's little baby loves shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. Mama's little baby loves shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. They're all done.
It's the love that makes the spell work.
So true.
So he was singing that just like in a trance, like his mouth is like all agape, and he's just
he's like uncontrolled, a demonic voice. That was demons.
That did sound like demons. It did.
Out of the cauldron crawled a disgusting purple gelatinous cube. Not enough bones in this one, spoke Bristlebane, and he opened a large chest labeled Miscellaneous Bones / Broken Chairs and grabbed whatever was in there and forced them into the cube. Damn, that's a good-looking cube.
He just shoved them in.
He just forced him in.
Oh, man.
I disagree, yelled Biff, and he kicked down the door, sending it flying into the gelatinous cube, which absorbed it. Bristlebane spoke. I knew you'd come for my money and fireworks one day, Swift Dagger, and I knew that day would also be the day you would die. Cube! The gelatinous cube slowly inched toward Biff at a very boring pace. Biff watched until he couldn't handle it anymore. He walked around the cube and put Bristlebane in a headlock and started giving him noogies. Where's the gold, ding-dong? I'll never tell, replied the wizard. Biff grabbed the wizard's hand and started slapping his face with it. Stop hitting yourself, Brushlebone.
Brushlebone.
Severely injured, the wizard spoke. Okay, it's in door number 1, a.k.a. the treasure room.
Who would have guessed door number 1?
Well, you would think it would be, and then you would go, no, that's too obvious.
There's no way. Yeah, it's pretty smart, actually.
Thanks, fart ass, said Biff, and he threw Bristlebane into the gelatinous cube, which absorbed him and quickly turned him into bone. But just before it did, the wizard said with his last gasp of breath, Scroll me.
Dude, he's got so much charisma.
He's so hot.
Dude.
Biff approached dorm number 1, a.k.a. the treasure room, and ripped the door off its hinges. Sure enough, there was a tremendous cache of gold and fireworks. Biff yelled once more, Owls! The owls answered his call. Get this gold and fireworks together and put it in my house. I'm going to take a nap. And he lay down in the center of the dungeon and began to snore very loudly.
That's a terrible place.
The
Oh, dude. Excellent. As always, sir. Excellent. I think my favorite character from this episode is the gelatinous cube.
Clearly made from love.
Hello, this is Reese's the Wise with a Z.
And this is old Snickerdoodle, also wise, but I don't have that title. We are wizards from
Wizards?
the world of Orcspire and Daranos. We'll get to that. We'll figure that out later. But we have scrolls sent to us with questions about this land.
We are experts on the lands.
And we know everything.
Everything?
So, why don't we get this started off correctly?
I'm going to ask you a question now, Snickerdoodle.
Thank you, Reese's.
Excellent. It is from Alan Mackney. I don't know how to pronounce your name because it's confusing to me.
Sounds otherworldly.
Not familiar with that family title. Your cloak must be stupid. Coat of arms, whatever the fuck.
Whatever.
Alan Mackney asks, are Orcspire / Daranos universes or planes or planets or countries?
They are bodies of land, and they are located within the same world.
Like on a round marble.
Like just across the pond.
That's the saying we use. Weird. We are not so different after all, Snickerdoodle.
How about that, Reese's the Wise?
Interesting, Smokes Pipe.
Smokes pipe, nibbles on pipe. At Examolo on Twitter asks, what happened to Superfangs? Did he get some mad dragon pussy? The answer is yes.
To put it simply.
Next scroll!
This one is from Daniel K. Heron. That is also a very stupid name. Anyway, what have Darth and Kevin been up to since they became men? Well, men in Daranos go on adventures, and they scrub down their bodies together in sweat houses and do very homoerotic things because it's kind of like Grease, but not.
It's canon. Next scroll! At Chromoray on Twitter asks, we know wizard weed is present in Orcspire, but what about warrior weed? Well, fun fact, warrior weed does exist in Daranos. Reese's?
That is very true. We have warrior weed here. It is just beer.
Not so different than you, hey? Next scroll.
This one is from Alberto Rivera. Is metal music the only music that exists in these lands? Would you like to take this one, Snickerdoodle?
Yes, I would. The answer is no. Next scroll. At Roland Jordan on Twitter asks, are there races that are always evil, or does everyone sort of hang out together? We are not some racist J.R.R. Tolkien bullshit.
That guy sucks.
Where some people are just born evil, which is just kind of wrong. We don't agree with that.
Life takes you different places. Maybe you're, an orc and you grow up very wealthy, in which case you go to Wizard Yale and you become,
yes.
Better off. It doesn't matter. It's a melting pot of sorts.
You went to Wizard Yale, didn't you?
I did.
Reese's?
I did go to Wizard Yale. Back then, it was just called Wizard School.
I heard it was a fuckathon.
It was a 24/7 fuckathon. I 69'd so many wizard bitches.
Or wizard bitches 69'd you. Think about that.
Only a wise wizard would know the riddle of 69.
Yes, and we will not share it. At Dark Magus 17 on Twitter asks, I guess people in your land have numbers in their names.
Weird.
Why is Daryl such a piece of shit?
Well, you know what they say, you are what you eat, and he eats a lot of dookies. Next question.
Next scroll.
Next scroll, please. This one is from Twitter. It is from @Mossy's Brain. He asks, approximately how many hot slots are in Daranos? There are 2 hot slots in Daranos.
That is it. That is all the knowledge you shall get. Good day.
Stay tuned next week for more questions from Reese's the Wise.
And Stone Snickerdoodle. Doodaloo.
Keep on wizarding.
We don't say that here. We do not say that here. Okay, well, that was an interesting visit from old Snickerdoodle and Reese's the Wise.
Those guys are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty, they know a lot.
They should. I mean, they're the experts. I mean,
yeah. Well, next week we will have another session with them, hopefully. So go ahead and submit your questions, leave a comment, or send us a message on the Facebook or Twitter @FantasyFicPod on Twitter and /FantasyFic on Facebook.
Yes.
The prompt for next week, if you're interested in writing along and posting on the Reddit, if you're interested, will be Cursed Book.
That's a good
And that was
one.
submitted to us by Mike Fleskis. I think that's how you say your name. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at this shit. But thank you for the prompt. It's a good one. There was a lot of great suggestions, so thank you guys for always commenting, and feel free to submit the same one because you guys got some good ones.
Yep.
So we teased it on an earlier episode, but it didn't happen because I had a schedule conflict. But this week, I will be a guest on ContinueCast, and we'll be doing a round of fantasy fiction with the guys.
Mm-hmm.
If you're unfamiliar with ContinueCast, ask Josh on Twitter.
Yes. Just ask me about it.
He'll tell you. He'll
Tweet
tell
at me,
everyone.
what is it? What is it?
If you don't know what ContinueCast is, it's usually they play a retro game and it's like a book club thing. But right now it's just them kind of shooting the breeze because they have a lot going on. So I'll be on. I'll talk about some stuff, probably say some real stupid stuff, and then we'll do fantasy fic.
It's gonna be great. Check it out.
Check it out. And with that, I guess we're going to have to say goodbye here. And the way we always do it, Josh.
I don't want it to end, but keep on wizarding.
Keep on wizarding!
Perfect.
Goodbye.